Across the globe, our planet is in a constant state of flux. Tectonic plates shift beneath our feet, volcanic forces simmer below the Earth's crust, and the very oceans that sustain us can unleash their fury in the blink of an eye. While we often perceive the ground beneath our cities as stable and enduring, the truth is that many urban centers are built upon a foundation of potential disaster. From the earthquake-prone regions of the Pacific Rim to the floodplains of coastal cities, millions of people live with the looming threat of natural disasters. The San Andreas Fault, a scar across the landscape of California, serves as a constant reminder of the immense power that lies beneath our feet. For San Francisco, this fault line represents a looming threat, a sleeping giant that could awaken at any moment. The city has already experienced the devastating consequences of seismic activity, most notably the 1906 earthquake that reshaped its landscape. Yet, despite the passage of time, the potential for another big one remains a constant source of anxiety for seismologists and residents alike. The San Andreas Fault marks the boundary between the Pacific and North American tectonic plates, which are constantly grinding against each other, building up immense pressure. Scientists warn that this pressure is reaching a critical point, making a major earthquake not a matter of if, but when. The potential consequences of such an event are staggering. Buildings could crumble, bridges could collapse, and fires could rage through the city. The 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, while not as powerful as the 1906 event, provided a stark reminder of the city's vulnerability. The damage caused by that quake, including the collapse of a section of the Bay Bridge, highlighted the need for continued preparedness and infrastructure improvements. Despite the ever-present danger, San Francisco has taken significant steps to mitigate the risks posed by earthquakes. Building codes have been strengthened, emergency response plans have been developed, and public awareness campaigns have been launched. However, the sheer magnitude of a potential big one means that even the most comprehensive preparations may not be enough to prevent widespread devastation. As scientists continue to monitor the San Andreas Fault, the people of San Francisco live with the knowledge that their city sits on the brink of a potential disaster. The question is not whether the big one will strike, but when it will strike and how well prepared the city will be when it does. Tokyo, a sprawling metropolis of over 37 million people, stands as a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Yet, this bustling hub of innovation and culture faces a constant threat from the forces of nature. Situated in one of the most seismically active regions on Earth, Tokyo is a city living on borrowed time, bracing for the inevitable tremors that could shake its foundations. Japan lies at the intersection of multiple tectonic plates, making it particularly susceptible to earthquakes. The Pacific Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, and the Eurasian Plate all converge beneath the island nation, creating a complex and volatile geological landscape. This constant tectonic activity has resulted in a long history of devastating earthquakes, leaving an indelible mark on the country's psyche. The Great Kanto earthquake of 1923, which devastated Tokyo and surrounding areas, serves as a stark reminder of the city's vulnerability. The earthquake, estimated to have been a magnitude 7.9, triggered massive fires that swept through the city, leaving over 140,000 people dead and millions homeless. The scale of the destruction was unprecedented, forever etching the event into the annals of history. In the decades since the Great Kanto earthquake, Tokyo has undergone a remarkable transformation. Modern skyscrapers built to withstand even the most powerful tremors now dominate the skyline. Strict building codes and advanced engineering techniques have been implemented to mitigate the risks posed by earthquakes. The city has also invested heavily in early warning systems and disaster preparedness programs. Despite these efforts, the threat of a major earthquake remains a constant source of concern for Tokyo's residents. The city's sheer size and density, combined with its location in a highly active seismic zone, make it particularly vulnerable to widespread damage and disruption. A major earthquake could cripple transportation networks, disrupt essential services, and trigger widespread panic. The Japanese government, along with scientists and engineers, continues to work tirelessly to prepare for the inevitable. Research into earthquake prediction, early warning systems, and disaster response strategies is ongoing. Public awareness campaigns and regular earthquake drills are conducted to educate the population and ensure their preparedness. Naples, a vibrant city on the coast of Italy, is a place where beauty and danger coexist in an uneasy balance. Towering above the city is Mount Vesuvius, a volcano whose name is synonymous with destruction. The eruption of Vesuvius in 79 AD, which buried the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum, serves as a chilling reminder of the volcano's deadly potential. Today, Vesuvius is considered one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. Its proximity to Naples, a city of over 3 million people, makes it a constant source of concern for volcanologists and authorities. The volcano has erupted several times since 79 AD, most recently in 1944, and scientists believe that another eruption is only a matter of time. The fertile slopes of Vesuvius are home to numerous vineyards and orchards, a testament to the volcano's life-giving properties. However, this idyllic landscape belies the danger that lurks beneath the surface. The volcano's magma chamber is believed to be slowly refilling, increasing the likelihood of a future eruption. The Italian government has implemented an extensive monitoring system around Vesuvius, using a network of seismometers, gas detectors, and GPS stations to track the volcano's activity. Scientists analyze this data constantly, looking for any signs of an impending eruption. In the event of an eruption, authorities have developed a detailed evacuation plan for the surrounding areas. Despite the risks, the people of Naples have learned to live in the shadow of Vesuvius. The volcano is an integral part of their history, culture, and identity. Many residents believe that the benefits of living in such a fertile and beautiful region outweigh the risks. Miami, a city synonymous with sun-drenched beaches, Art Deco architecture, and a vibrant nightlife, faces an existential threat from the very element that defines it: water. As sea levels rise due to climate change, Miami, much of which sits just a few feet above sea level, is increasingly vulnerable to flooding and storm surges. The city's low elevation, coupled with its porous limestone bedrock, makes it particularly susceptible to the encroaching sea. Saltwater intrusion is already contaminating freshwater supplies, and high tides regularly flood streets and homes in low-lying areas. The situation is only expected to worsen in the coming decades as sea levels continue to rise at an alarming rate. Hurricanes pose another significant threat to Miami. Located in a hurricane-prone region, the city has a long history of devastating storms. Hurricane Andrew in 1992 caused widespread damage, leveling entire neighborhoods and highlighting the city's vulnerability to extreme weather events. Despite the challenges, Miami is taking steps to adapt to the changing climate. The city has invested in seawalls, pumps, and other infrastructure improvements to mitigate the effects of flooding. Building codes have been updated to require new construction to be more resilient to storms and rising sea levels. However, the scale of the problem is immense, and some experts believe that Miami may eventually become uninhabitable. The city's future depends on a combination of factors, including the pace of sea level rise, the frequency and intensity of hurricanes, and the success of adaptation measures. New Orleans, a city renowned for its unique culture, musical heritage, and vibrant spirit, bears the scars of past disasters. The devastation caused by Hurricane Katrina in 2005 serves as a stark reminder of the city's vulnerability to the forces of nature. Despite the lessons learned and the progress made since then, New Orleans remains a city on the brink, facing an uncertain future as sea levels rise and extreme weather events become more frequent. Located at the confluence of the Mississippi River and Lake Pontchartrain, New Orleans is particularly susceptible to flooding. Much of the city lies below sea level, protected by a complex system of levees, floodwalls, and pumps. However, this system is not foolproof, as evidenced by the catastrophic levee failures during Hurricane Katrina. Climate change is exacerbating the risks faced by New Orleans. Rising sea levels are putting increased pressure on the city's flood defenses, while warmer ocean temperatures are fueling more intense hurricanes. The combination of these factors could lead to a storm surge that overwhelms the city's defenses, resulting in widespread flooding and devastation. Despite the challenges, the people of New Orleans are resilient and determined to protect their city. The Army Corps of Engineers has invested billions of dollars in strengthening levees, improving drainage systems, and constructing storm surge barriers. The city has also implemented stricter building codes and developed comprehensive evacuation plans. However, the question remains, can New Orleans outrun the rising tide? The city's fate hangs in the balance, dependent on the collective efforts of its residents, government agencies, and the global community to address the challenges of climate change. As we've journeyed to these vibrant cities on the front lines of natural disasters, one question looms large. Could your city be next? The forces that shape our planet are indifferent to borders and boundaries, and the threat of disaster is a global reality. From earthquakes and volcanic eruptions to hurricanes and rising sea levels, the potential for devastation is ever present. While we cannot control the forces of nature, we can control our preparedness. By understanding the risks we face, investing in resilient infrastructure, and developing effective response plans, we can mitigate the impact of disasters and protect our communities. The time to act is now, before it's too late. Could your city be next? How prepared are you for a disaster? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and work together to create a safer and more resilient future for all.